What's up, everybody? Ricky Carruth here. Today I want to talk to you guys about a question that I get quite often. And since I started coaching, since I started writing books, speaking, all that good stuff, a question I get a lot from not only agents in my market, but also agents in other markets is about how I feel about coaching or giving away my secrets to agents that are in my market. Agents that are right here going after the same listings as me, trying to represent the same buyers and trying to do the same deals as me. It is kind of there's a lot of people who don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, and they feel like I'm giving away everything to all the local agents and they're going to come through and swoop in and get all my clients or take a bunch of listings from me or get in my pocket somehow. And that may be the case. I may teach somebody how to cold call or prospect or communicate in a way that enables them to talk to a client that maybe I could have had, or maybe a past client of mine I haven't, kept that strong connection with like I should, and they swoop in, use something I taught them, and capture that deal somehow, right? That's true. There's a lot of agents around here who in my market who just don't understand it. There's some that are even kind of mad, but very few people actually get it, right? Very few people understand what real estate is all about, how it all works and everything. So here's the thing. Number one, if there were a way that one agent could do all the deals and have a monopoly on the market, do all the transactions, and we could just do away with all the other agents, I would have already figured it out and none of you guys would have a job. There would be no real estate agents because I would already be doing that. So what I'm getting at is that there's more business for every single agent out there than they can handle. You need to ask yourself, how many deals can I handle at one time? Can I handle 20 properties under contract at all times? When I close 5 of them, I get 5 more, and I just keep 20 under contract at all times. That's about where I stay. Could I handle more? Maybe, but it starts to push it a little bit. When I get to 30, I've had 30 under before, that's kind of pushing the envelope a little bit, because the balance between processing and maintaining versus generating new business, it gets a little dicey at 30 for me. I would say maybe between 20 and 30 is maybe my max. Maybe I could handle 35 to 40 for a split second here and there, but that would really be probably topping me out. Well, the fact is that the market could actually produce, if I could handle it, maybe 100, 200 transactions under contract. Theoretically, right? As much as you can handle. If there were more agents in the market, there's going to be more transactions, because it's more agents reaching out to more buyers and sellers, initiating business and asking for business and creating relationships and really building that bond with somebody who may not have been thinking about buying or selling, but now they are, because this agent approached them with this deal or this opportunity. So to answer the question, no, I'm not worried about training agents who are in my market, because each agent can only handle so much, and then that's it. The point is, if there were another Ricky Carruth in my market and I were to teach that person, him or her, exactly everything I do, everything I say, everything I do on a daily routine, how I do everything, here's what would happen. They would make phone calls, right, till their ears bled, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of phone calls. And what would happen is, at some point, they would get so busy from all the business, from all the phone calls, that they couldn't make as many phone calls anymore. Maybe they could continue making some phone calls, but not as much as they were in the beginning. And if they continue down that path, they're going to get to where they can only make less and less and less calls. And so what happens is they get to a point like last year for me, I made the least amount of calls all year last year. That was my least amount of calls ever last year, but I had the most income. It's because of all the years I put in making the calls year after year after year, but the number of calls taper down as you become bigger, busier, more well-known. You're doing more business. You're good at what you do. You're a professional. You're a hard worker. Everybody wants to deal with you. And so the number of calls tapers down. I can handle a whole lot at once. So even if there were another Ricky in my market, it would only be a matter of time before he couldn't make any more calls. He or she couldn't make any more calls. And you could never call every single owner in the market. You can't. If anybody knows someone who has called every single owner in the market, there's a guy named James Festini out in California. He does 1,500 calls a day. He hasn't even scratched the surface of how many calls, of calling every single owner in his market. I don't really care how small your area is. Try to call every single owner in your market. You're never going to get there. It'd be a good goal to have, something to push for, something to motivate you, some unreachable goal, that you want to try to accomplish. But by the time you call all the owners, how many ever years that takes you, now you got to go back through and call them again, because now 20% of the owners have sold and now it's new owners. Now you got a whole nother group of new people you got to call. So it's unlimited. It never ends. So no, I'm not worried about someone swooping in and capturing my clients. It's actually happened. An agent that I trained in my area, he got a listing and he told me that the people told him that they were going to use me. Like they were going to use me, but he called them and he talked to them and he did the deal. And what did I say when he told me that? I said, great job, way to go. The fact is, when you're working hard, you're always trying to build more business, you're always going after new business, you're developing your database, you're doing what you're supposed to do to stay in touch with your sphere and all this, and you have more than you can handle at all times, you're going to learn that losing deals is just part of the game and that there's enough for everybody. And when you realize this, it's liberating, because it takes a weight off your shoulders that you feel like, that there's only so much for everybody, and that, if there's a dominant agent, then you just can't do anything because they're taking all the business. It's untrue. It's just absolutely untrue. There's enough business for everybody, every agent, regardless of how long you've been in the business, regardless of how many sales you had last year. Nobody cares how many sales you did, if you're number one, all this and all that. What they care about is that they like you, they feel comfortable with you, and that you're going to work hard, you're going to be dependable, and you have to show them through your personality that you're the type of person that they can trust to get the job done. So I hope this video clears up that question for everybody and realizes that business is unlimited. You just got to put the work in. There's an unlimited amount of loyal clients for every single agent out there. If every agent will just put the work in to meet these people and show them how awesome they are. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Please click subscribe if you haven't before, and we'll talk to you soon.